Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Player Rating Show. All smiles, aren't we? All smiles. So yeah, we're gonna work a quick one out for the play. They deserve ratings, don't they? After yesterday, great to see that spirit and that fight back for the boys. So really good. So I've got the boys with me today. Jeff Hayward, Mr Tigz, and yes, Lerma, Neil Dawson as well. Neil, we'll start with you. Asmir Begovic. I mean, to be fair, he was relatively untroubled, but he did make one big save in the game. So yeah, a little chat on Begovic and a rating for him.
Yeah, so handled well, kept a clean sheet, one fantastic stop, and model of consistency. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I think that's fair. 7 out of 10 for Asmir Begovic. Like you say, he was quite comfortable on the day, but he still always does his job expertly. Going into back 4, which we were buzzing about. Adam Smith at right back, Jeff. I thought the full-backs were brilliant yesterday. What did you think of Smithy?
Yeah, I thought Smithy and Kelly were both excellent. Best game of the season, really, for Adam Smith. Back to his best in terms of energy levels up and down that right flank. Kept the Watford right flank very quiet indeed. I would give him an 8 yesterday.
8 out of 10. Adam Smith, couldn't agree more. Brilliant again. Great to see him back and that energy still there. I'll do CCV, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and I just love what I'm seeing from him. Don't get me wrong, he's not Nathan Ake, but it feels like we've added someone into centre half like when we added Ake, and I'd love us to sign this guy. I might even go a little bit higher. I'm going to give him a 9. I'm going to give Carter-Vickers a 9. I think he's added a lot to the team. Really, really good. Tiggsy, I will obviously be giving you the leader, Stevie Cook, and he was excellent. Him and Carter-Vickers, real partnership at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, fantastic little partnership that they've put together. I can't really knock his performance at all, and to lead us through that game, I've given him sort of an extra there. I can't give him a half mark, so I'm going to have to bring him up to where CCV is, and I'm going to give him a 9 as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that centre half pairing was so good yesterday. They deserve kind of top ratings. And another one that been very critical of Lloyd Kelly this season, Neil, but he's got in at left back, and I think he probably should just be told you're the left back now, and because he was much better, wasn't he?
He was. That's the best game I think I've seen him play at left back. Not so much for his attacking work, but his defensive work against Sarr, who is a Premier League wide man. For sure, was superb, and he did also spend time joining in the attack, which pushed Sarr back as well. So I'm not as generous as you guys, but I'll give him an 8.
8 for Neil. Yeah, I thought you'd be a little bit more reserved than Neil. I think that's fair. Yeah. But no, I think if in terms of other performances, you think, oh, Kelly a 10, but really that's kind of what we expect from him. So that was good to see. Probably played a little bit more advanced than normal, Jeff. Lewis Cook, but he's probably, because of the performances of players around him, probably getting overlooked a little bit. But I thought in general, his work was really good.
Yeah, I thought he did really well. I think it's unusual for him to play that advanced role. You know, he's been playing the kind of defensive midfield quarterback role almost this season. But yesterday, most advanced role. I thought he did a really good job on Hughes, actually just sort of sitting on him. And whenever he got the ball, closing him down that far up the field, which made a big difference to stopping their attacks at source and getting a lot of fouls off him, which was also good. So I would give him a 7. Maybe not as creative as some of the players you want to see there, but did okay, I thought.
Yeah, I think that's bang on. Just done his job really well without doing a lot when he had the ball. I've got to do Ben Pearson, and I mean, what a player! I'm so happy. We said a little stat earlier that we haven't conceded when he's been on the pitch, and I just love what he brings. I hope he's all right because he had a bit of cramp in his ankle and stuff like that. He's had a few injuries this season, but he's brilliant. I love him. I love everything he brings, and I think he can, if he can stay in that role and stay fit, that's going to be a massive, massive bonus for us. I'm going to give Pearson a 9. If I gave Carter-Vickers a 9, I've got to give Pearson a 9. He's got to be in with a shout for man of the match as well. You're very lucky, Tigz. I'm giving you the main man, Jefferson Lerma. I mean, try and sum that up. What a performance!
Do you know what? Some football games are won on the pitch, and some football games are won in the head, aren't they? And I think Lerma did a wonderful job of getting into everyone's head. So not only was his performance a combative one, and he was up and down, and he formed that brilliant little partnership as well with Pearson. Just the fact that he wound them all up, and I know this is going to upset any Watford fans that are seeing this, but I'm struggling here between the 9 and a 10, just because he walked off that pitch without a yellow card as well.
Go on, do it.
I do it.
Yeah, do it.
Go on, I'm gonna 10 it.
10 for Jeff. Oh, I love it. I think if he was a 9, he tweeted after the game and it made him a 10 anyway, didn't it? Absolute legend. What we needed. Neil, we said earlier, Junior Stanislas, definitely not as effective on that right-hand side, but at the moment, he's doing a job out there for us, and I still think he provides a bit of magic, and him and Smithy still done well down that side, I thought.
Yeah, so I think he'll do a tidy role on the right. He's less of a game changer than when he plays on the left, so he won't maybe score as many as we saw DANJUMA sneak in for that goal. Less likely to happen when you're playing on your right foot on the right wing. You're more likely to be crossing and providing than you are scoring or doing, game-changing passes. But he did it well. He tracked back well, as he always does. So a solid 7 for Stan. Yeah,
I think that's fair. Bag on there, 7 for Stan. Jeff, I'll let you go. Dom SOLANKE, who was back. Really nice surprise to see him back, leading the line. And he just gives us a bit more, doesn't he, when we got him up there?
He does, ahead of schedule as well. I expected to see him on the bench, but not in the starting lineup, and he made a big difference. It was almost the way that he brings other players into the game was good. Yesterday he was holding up the ball really well. He did one amazing bit of skill in that first half where he beat 2 Watford players when you thought, hang on, he's got no space there, and he just sort of shows what good feet he's got. The feet of Iniesta even were on display. Just fantastic to have him back. If he can stay injury free, I think he'll be really important in the running. I'll give him a 7 yesterday.
7 for Dom, but yeah, I think when we get him up to fitness, that's going to be key, having him lead the line. And I get to do Arnie. Well happy with that. Arnie, I've said it before, he just frustrates you for 90% of the game and then provides a bit of magic. He's done this, before early parts of the season, gets out of a hole. And I think definitely, when you're playing the way we were yesterday, you need someone with a bit of magic to get you the goal. And love that from Arnie. And the more the game went on, the more he caused them problems. And he was involved every time we went forward. So I think because he was the match winner, I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm gonna give Arnie a 9 because he was the match winner at the end of the day. Buzzing for him. And they weren't on long, but Tiggsy, I'll give you Jack Wilshere because he was on for about 15 minutes before he got sent off. I mean, obviously we're gonna miss him for a game, but I was still quite happy with him because he time wasted and shit housed a little bit. So what do you reckon of Jack?
Yeah, if it was in the newspaper, he'd get a pretty low rating for that, for the red card. But I think I can imagine for Jack being sat on that bench, watching that game, watching how it was all kind of building. He was probably just so excited to get on the pitch and get involved. And he showed himself as part of the team, part of the gang, which is great to see. I've calmed myself down a little bit. I saw Neil's raised eyebrow when I was pulling out the 10s earlier, so I've calmed myself down a little bit. I'm going to give Wilshere a 7, I think. Just because of the fact that he formed part of that strong team unit on the pitch, sticking up for everyone.
Yeah, no, why not? We can't go lower than a 7 for anyone, can't we? After just beating Watford 1-0. So, yeah, no, I think I think that might be one of the first 10s I think of the season for Jeff Lerma. So it shows maybe we do quite like the dark arts here at Bournemouth. But great to get back to winning ways, won it, and we'll bounce back and hopefully we can see that fighting desire on Wednesday. But cheers, guys. Great to be back to winning ways and smiles on our faces and 10s pulled out from Tiggsy. That's what you will love to see. And hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. Let's bring it on. Let's see that fight, that desire, that organisation, that spirit from the boys on Wednesday, because it's going to be a battle against a Nigel Pearson side. So probably the type of game that we could do with having. I think we look in hindsight, and Watford was a game we needed. We needed the boys to come together and scrap a win out the bag. So suddenly from thinking, I'll be surprised if we get in the playoffs, now I'm dreaming of beating Watford at Wembley. Have a good one, guys. Up Cherries.